Hello and hi fellow humans, welcome back to my channel Dumelang Afrika Sekhamane, and it is an absolute pleasure to have you back here. I know it's been a good 3 weeks, but welcome back to all of my superstars. It's such a pleasure. I'm so grateful to have you here. I hope that these past few weeks have been treating you well. I hope I hope I have not done that in a while as for intro perspective, but I hope you guys are doing well. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back, superstar. And if you are new here, don't forget to press the subscribe button, click your notification bell, all of those cute stuff. Okay, so yeah, why am I out of breath? Sorry guys, I just took a shower, so I guess that's why. But it's a pleasure, like I said. So what is today's video about? I actually don't even know why I'm here. I don't know. But all I can say is, amen. Coming to a lot of realizations. Like I said, on this beautiful channel of mine, we are doing this life thing together. We're figuring it out. And I guess what brings me here today is a new realization of self. I guess, let me say this is me trying to gather my roller coaster of a year, I guess. And every year is kind of sort of a roller coaster. I think at this point we know what a life is. But yeah, why am I here? I think today's video and the realization that I came to was that I have been on this journey, I guess, of trying to really discover what it means to be me, what it means to understand myself, what it is I want, trying out new things, as you should. I guess the more you try out things, the more you'll know what is for you and what isn't for you, right? But what does being me mean for me right now? And the realization that I came to was amongst, or I guess by the practice of trying to be more present, I realized how many moments in my life that had happened that I was just ungrateful for, or things that I didn't, I guess, yeah, I wasn't practicing gratitude as much as I should have been. And okay, don't get me, yeah, but I realized that there are days and sometimes weeks where things are just not working out, and to expect to be grateful in those moments is a lot, right? Some might even call it toxic positivity. But I think that I realized something about myself is that I'd never really come to terms with what being me meant. And I think it took me quitting my job. It took me just kind of trying out a whole bunch of new things to figure out what that means for me now. Obviously, we are ever evolving and ever changing beings. This might not be relevant to me a month from now. This might not be relevant to me tomorrow. But I kind of came to the realization, it's okay to be me. Now, I know a lot of people say this, but I had the expectation of my life turning out a certain way, as we all do. But okay, I'm good. I do that a lot also. But anyway, let me get back to my thought process. I had the expectation of, and these are internal expectations of myself, right? And if those expectations of myself weren't met, there were consequences that I would put on myself, whether it would be going into like a well of sorrow over how my life didn't turn out the way I thought it would, or just me deciding that my love for myself was attached to my achievement of the things that I had envisioned for myself, which is where I noticed that as much as I was aiming and am rather a love being, I was never a love being to me. You know, people talk about having or giving yourself some grace to explore this life thing and giving yourself grace to make mistakes. But, excuse me, a big part of being able to give yourself grace is acknowledging that you're worthy of the love that you are trying to give everybody else. Said this a lot in just kind of sort of discovering what self-love really means. But my definition of self-love a few months ago is very, very different to what it is now. Um, yeah, I think loving myself right now means loving even the parts of me that are not quote unquote lovable. And by which standard of love is this that I'm grading myself in, right? I was so pressed. Like, I'm pretty sure that 3 weeks ago, I was like on warpath really with myself because I was just mad. I was just mad at myself for getting to a point where I couldn't really see why I had let myself go weight wise. And 3 weeks ago, I was just really mad at me, man. Mad at the lack of, or what I thought was a lack of progress. Not even 3 weeks ago, I think, yeah, for the past 3 months, I've just been mad at me. Like, at some point, I was like, baby girl, why did you even quit your job? Like, what do you expect to happen? What is going on with you? You quit your job. The economy is not doing the best right now, and you're out here exercising the privilege of quitting your job. What does that mean? How could you do that to us? And it was a very well paying job, right? But man, I this is like the realization. That's what I'm saying back here today, because the realization was that as much as I was exercising a form of grace to myself and progressively trying to move forward, but sometimes I really do believe that Papa God has you in a season in your life where things are just, they're not stagnant. Papa God is just doing the work behind the scenes. Because as much as you try to push, you feel like things are not moving. But maybe they're not supposed to be moving at the time you think they're supposed to be moving. So I guess that's where I'm at in regards to myself and what I deem my progress, is that what I have achieved and my love for myself can't be attached. It's great that I've achieved what I've achieved, and it sucks that I haven't achieved what I thought I was supposed to achieve. But because I haven't achieved those said things, those said goals, targets, the visions that I had put in place for myself or that I had seen in this time frame, or even a lack of time frame, things that I just thought were supposed to naturally happen at this point in my life, being 24, that isn't attached to my love for me. It can't be attached to my love for me, because I will continue to be disappointed if things don't play out the way that I envision them to as I grow up. So it left me with this question mark about really, who am I and what is it that I want for myself and what is it that I'm seeking. This version of me, the today me, came up with this whole new understanding that this present moment of me is the youngest I will ever be. Ooh, those are bars right there. I know you heard that. This present moment of me, this present moment of you, this present moment of us, in this time frame, in this reality, is the youngest we'll ever be. Today, that is. And that really stuck with me, because I was like, okay, I'm not going through some existential life crisis, right? It's just the process in which my life is going right now. It's the process in which I'm figuring out myself. And just a reminder that I haven't been on this earth plane before. This is my first time. So I guess just me understanding what love looks like to me, and how comfortable I am with me, right? I realized that I was very uncomfortable with me. And I realized that I make reference to my weight a lot because it is what I thought was being perceived of me first. But I realized something beautiful about myself. And I think we're going to start doing that on here. It's just talking about the beauty of me, the beauty of you. It's just a gentle reminder that every day there's something beautiful about you, right? The beauty of me is that every room that I walk into, this bedroom, the living room, every place and space that I enter, I am light. Every place and space that I enter, I am warm. I am loving. I am open and receptive to people. My hugs are warm. My smile is warm. My spirit is warm. And that's the one thing that's carrying me throughout how I'm trying to be kinder to myself, is that what I think is the perception of me is not important, right? It's me as my being. I know that I am light. I am very comfortable with that now. I think it would bother me a lot that I wasn't comfortable with how I felt I was perceived. Yeah, how I felt I was perceived, because it was a lot of the ideals were how I perceived people to be perceiving me, whereas those things don't actually matter. I know who I am and I'm comfortable with me. And it's very, very interesting that my idea of being comfortable with me 6 months ago or 3 months ago was me being comfortable with people feeling like they could perceive me as nice. But now my idea of being comfortable with myself is not really even thinking or understanding what the other person's perception of me might be, but just being like I am, and it's okay that I am. And I'm comfortable with what that means, with what my energy does in a room. I'm comfortable because that's how my energy is when I'm with myself. I hope this is making sense. This is a lot, but it took me a while to get there, and for me to get to this place I had to be in the trenches, and the trenches are not cute, because I was like angry at God, I was angry at myself, and I realized that being angry at my creator, your father forgive me, being angry at my creator doesn't change the space that I'm in. In fact, how disrespectful, but I guess it happens a lot where we deflect our anger towards ourselves to God, as to asking God, like, why me? Why am I in this situation? It's not about why you're in this situation. The question should be what the situation is bringing out of you. And I realized that after questioning the decisions that I had made, I realized that the situation has made me so comfortable with being me. It's made me want to just be okay with being what I am right now, which is unemployed. It is just creating. It is figuring out what the next steps of my own life look like, without the pressure of creating plans that Papa God hasn't approved. So, what is it? Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it's the Lord's will that prevails. We say that scripture a lot up in here, but it's starting to mean a whole new type of different every single month. So, subscribe for what that means in a month or two from now. But I'm just, I'm exercising this consciousness that I am. And what I am now is why I'm content with my life now. And what I will be tomorrow, I don't know. But I'm very happy with who and what I am now. And that is me. That is Kamogelo. That is Kamo. That is Afrika. That is my mother's daughter. That is my sister's sister. That is my brother's sister. That is me. Me, the artist, me, the art, and me, the workmanship. And I am very comfortable with that. So I guess today's episode is just embracing the beauty of where you are. And being okay that where you are, being okay with where you are being, not where you anticipated or expected to be, but hopeful and optimistic that who you are evolves into a more beautiful, a more self-aware, a more honest version of yourself, a more transparent version of yourself who loves self, irrespective of perceptions and baggage that we carry onto ourselves because we're scared of being judged, or we're just afraid of being what we were created to be, which is greatness. Greatness is relative, yes, but your greatness? What is your greatness, right? So yeah, I hope this video helps. I feel like I was saying a lot, but what I am saying is, I hope Luciami, I hope Luciami, and I hope that you find a deep sense of self-awareness, and that you find what being happy truly looks like, what success truly looks like to you and for you, that your dreams are a reality, that you're not seeing what you're seeing by mistake, and that time is relative. Everything is possible, and it's okay to be you. It's okay to be me. It's okay to be us. Like, we're good. We're not doing bad at all. So yeah, this is just me to say, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of what 2022 has brought out of us. And I hope the next 2 months become exactly what they're supposed to be. Yeah, Lina Laka Kikamkhalo Afrika Sahamani. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Road to 10K. As you know, my superstars, I love you all one by one. And I hope Luciami, man. See you on the next video. To the feet.